Hello traders and investors, and welcome to the weekly market report with the market guys. I'm AJ Monty. This is a weekly candle chart of the diamonds, which is the Dow Jones Industrial Average ETF, and we're looking at 3 years of history. Now I've left my fan lines on the chart from last week so you can see how this is all progressing. If you had a chance to look at last week's report, you'll know that fan lines basically represent the acceleration in the trend, where we start off at 2 major points and then accelerate from the last point on forward. And you can see how the lines are getting steeper and steeper. Now, if I move from a weekly chart to a daily chart, I could even go so far as to draw another more accelerated trend line from this point all the way connecting these lows right here. Now, this is the first time in my 35 years where we've had 5 successive fan lines before any of them have broken. And you can see that the fan lines are getting tighter and tighter, because as you get closer to the most vertical price action, you can't go any further than north. And the angle can only go 90 degrees straight up, and that's usually when the market gaps. So I'm going to remove this line, and I'm just going to shift it over and move it from here, from this fan line to here, because I do think that the fan lines are about to break. Remember, this is like you pumping air in a tire. The tire keeps getting harder and harder, and eventually it's going to explode. And when it does, you have a volatile reaction. That's what's going to happen when we start to break through these first 2 fan lines, because once these fan lines start breaking, it's like an accordion collapsing on itself. So that's my lines for the diamonds. Now, if I look at the Russell 2000, we already see the break in the fan line, like I forecasted from last week. I said that we would break, and that's exactly what's happening. So I'm going to keep that intact and leave that in place, because we still have to see whether or not this fan line breaks for the Russell 2000. Going on to the Qs, that's the ticker symbol for PowerShares, QQQ. I'm going to accelerate this fan line here, and here we go. Just simply move this over just a little bit, and I'm going to forecast that the fan line will start to break here next week. So again, that's for the Qs. Looking at the spiders, ticker symbol SPY. This is the S&P 500 ETF. Everything is still intact according to what I drew from last week. There's my break line. The fan line is about to be broken here, which again is the most extreme angle for the S&P. So everything looks as the way I forecasted it last week. So what that tells us is to keep your stops moving up, trail your stop, protect your profits. I would not go so far to say bet the farm on the next bull run, because I think the market is becoming exhausted. I think it's getting tired. I think it's getting ready to correct. But at the worst case, we'll see a correction. At the best case, I think we're going to see a plateau of the market as the investor community looks upon the new Trump administration to see whether or not they're getting any traction. That's SPY. Now, if we look at the VIX, that's the volatility index. My forecast lines are in place once again from last week. We're following exactly like I said we would, and I'm going to keep this line intact as well. We see some telltale signs of a bearish engulfing pattern here. So, I could suggest that we'll pull back a little bit, but the way the general markets are looking with those fan lines, I'm going to keep this in place for the VIX. And I think that we could see a spike higher, which, remember, the volatility index is a contrarian indicator to the S&P. So if the VIX starts to move up, S&P will start to move lower, and that's how it works in that inverse relationship. So that is what the market report this week tells us. I hope you have a great weekend. Please remember that the way to make money in this kind of a market is to protect against catastrophic losses. The only way to do that is to manage risk properly. We promote the 1% rule for managing risk. If you're interested in learning more about that, just go to themarketguys.com, click on the video tab, and that will bring you to a library of videos, one of which is the 1% rule for managing risk. Go look at that. It's only about 6 minutes long, and you can get a good education on how to manage risk the way the professionals do. Again, have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. So long.
For almost 3 decades, A.J. Monty has motivated audiences worldwide about creating personal wealth and winning in business. His time-tested risk management strategies focus on ideas that involve a keep it super simple approach, also known as the KISS principle. These concepts have been delivered to people in over 16 countries around the world, reaching audiences in the millions. AJ is a best-selling author of 2 books, The Market Guy's 5 Points for Trading Success and Take Charge of Your Money Now, both of which have been featured on PBS Television, Fox Business News, ABC TV, as well as Sirius Money Radio. As a financial educator and consultant, he has worked with some of the most recognized names in the financial industry. Companies like Bank of America, Charles Schwab, E-Trade Financial, Scotiabank, and TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim. If you have ever been challenged with having to make a tough decision regarding when to buy or sell a stock, then help is on the way. The Options Oracle and Equity Oracle Alert services are designed to help you make those tough decisions. AJ will not only help you find the best trade candidates, but he will also lay out the exit strategy for each position in an easy-to-understand format that anyone can follow.
Hi, my name is A.J. Monty, Chief Market Strategist for The Market Guys. For almost 30 years, I've traded stocks, options, futures, and even currencies. I've traveled the world teaching people just like you how to profit in the market using time-tested strategies that focus on risk management. You see, the secret to making money in the market depends on your ability to limit losses when you're wrong. In other words, if you want to make a lot of money in the market, don't lose a lot of money in the market. Now that may sound funny, but it's true. Most investors are challenged with 2 questions. The first question is, how do you find a good stock? Well, the best way to find the right stock starts with eliminating all of the stocks you would not invest in. This process of elimination is called stock screening. And our services help you overcome the odds so you're putting your money where the money is going. We're simply following the trends. The second question most people ask of me is, when is it time to sell? Well, if you don't have an answer to this question, then you might find yourself in a position where you're holding on to your stocks when things go against you. This is the worst thing you could possibly do because I believe this is no longer a buy and hold market. It has evolved into a buy and protect market. Holding on and hoping for things to get better is not a strategy. In fact, doing this will eventually lead you to a catastrophic loss, and you wouldn't want that. Our Trade Alert services help answer these 2 questions. Not only will I help you find the right trade candidate, but I'll also show you how to use the charts to manage risk. I don't use the charts to predict the future. I use them to protect the future. The charts tell me when it's time to get out as well as when it's time to get in. And that's what I'd like to teach you as well. We have 2 services, the Equity Oracle and the Options Oracle. The Equity Oracle is an alert service for traders who would like to trade only equities, whereas the Options Oracle is our premier alert service for both equity and option traders. Each alert is laid out in an easy-to-understand format that shows charts depicting entry and exit points. Risk management is our cornerstone of each service, so you don't have to struggle with the decision of when to get out or when a trade goes against you, when should I take my loss. The strategy is to use the KISS principle, keeping it super simple. As a bonus, you'll have access to a live Q&A session as well, each and every month. This is where you can submit a stock symbol, and I will analyze these stocks while we discuss the best trading strategies for each position. And it gets better. In addition to the alert service and the live monthly Q&A sessions, we're also developing a member page that will include instructional videos about how to get the most out of our service. Without question, this is the best trade alert service available on the market, and we look forward to having you as our newest subscriber. Simply click on the link below to subscribe. It's easy. Once again, I'm A.J. Monty, Chief Market Strategist for The Market Guys. Thanks for watching.
Enrolling in this service is easy. Simply click on the link below to subscribe, and your weekly alert will be delivered right to your email box. And if you act now, we will include AJ's best-selling book, The Market Guy's 5 Points for Trading Success. This is a first-time offer that will get you on the road to success and keep you there. Remember, if you continue to do what you've always done, things will never change. Positive results will only come after you've taken the first step in the right direction. We look forward to having you as our newest member.